Alrighty, what's up guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the state of Skylanders in 2024. This is going to apply less to like where I actually think it is as far as getting a new game in the future, although I will cover that. I did do a full video on that in the past. This is more going to be based on the state of the community right now and where it is and how many people I think are in it, and the state of sort of the games and the figures that we already have, where they're at and how they're doing in this day and age, because Skylanders hasn't been out in so long. I think it's worth making a video like this for just to cover what I think and what are my thoughts, and most of it's based on facts, so let's get right into it. Obviously, we all know there hasn't been a mainline Skylanders game since 2016, which is approaching 8 years at this point, which is kind of wild. I feel like it was really not that long ago, but it was a very long time ago. And as far as like mobile spin-off games, really Ring of Heroes was the last one we got, and at this point that shut down 1 or 2 years ago. I'm not exactly sure when that shut down, but it has not been playable in a while. I think the app might still be downloadable, but if you try to get into it, all the servers and everything are shut down, so you can no longer play it. But as far as the community goes, the community I feel like is still surprisingly strong for Skylanders. It is definitely smaller than it used to be, but it's still pretty dang strong. I mean, there's a lot of people. The fact that, I mean, even a channel, if you look at a channel like mine's, like I've had pretty decent success because there are a lot of Skylanders fans that are willing to watch my content, and I thank you guys for that. Like, there is a large community out there who is still craving Skylanders content, who still plays and has a passion for these games. And then you look at, there are these huge SkyTubers out there. Like, you look at Boombringer, he has like what, 30,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure Crypt Crusher is around the same. Skylander Gamer TV I think is around the same. Saving Skylands, I know he has at least 20,000. I'm not 100% sure. Like, there's some pretty dang big SkyTubers that have audiences that are built only around Skylanders. Like, they don't really do anything other than Skylanders, and they have these massive fan bases. Like, it's really cool to see that there are still this many people who want Skylanders content and who still play Skylanders. Like, 30,000 subscribers is crazy, especially looking at a channel like Boombringers, who mainly he does updates on like leaks and rumors and gives out warnings if there's like a fake sell or something like that. So his channel is much more informative and less for entertainment purposes, and I definitely appreciate him being in the community, and I think he's a great member of the community. And that's not even mentioning SCL Matt, his entire channel is based around selling Skylanders. He has his own website where he sells Skylanders for very good prices. It's pretty much, they're all like at their market price. You're not going to get price gouged on the SCL shop, and he has a channel that's, I think it's nearing 10,000 subscribers. So it's really cool to see that there's still this many people in the community. I feel like the community is still pretty dang strong and a decent size for Skylanders, which is honestly surprising considering how long it's been. Now, when we look at actually finding and buying the figures, as I did just mention, the SCL shop is an amazing option. I mean, there's always consistently restocks in there, and there's good prices. The prices are very consistent, and you're never gonna have to worry about getting scammed or it being non-legit or anything, and you know it's coming from a good person who genuinely wants to help you complete your Skylanders collection. SCL Matt, he seems like a great guy from what I know. So, and then obviously, I mean, there's other websites. Like, I primarily use eBay and Mercari. I have a whole video on where to buy Skylanders in 2024 if you guys want to watch that, but eBay and Mercari I would recommend 100%. And the overall value of the Skylanders, like their prices, isn't that crazy. They have stayed honestly pretty decent over the past couple of years. Some of them have fluctuated a little bit. I know Green Chompy Mage price has increased a bunch. It's like $400 now. He's basically more expensive than Robo at this point. I really think he is more expensive than Robo, but people don't really see it that way because you can't get Jingle Ball Chompy Mage and only spend, you know, 50 bucks or 40 bucks or whatever. So it's not as rare. It's not as weird as someone like Robo. And then, but for most games, SSA, it's pretty dang cheap to complete your collection. Giants, with a few exceptions, like Series 2s and like I think there's like Light Court Chill or something, is really rare. But other than that, Giants is pretty easy to complete your collection. Swap Wars isn't too hard except for the couple exceptions being like Scratch, Doomstone, maybe even Punk Shock. And then Trap Team is where it kind of gets more difficult. There are a lot more expensive figures in that game. And then there's stuff like the Yawn Traps, which are super expensive. This is where you basically get to the game that started the trend of random Skylanders being exclusive to Australia or other parts of the world. Then we see that in Supercharges as well, which is why Green Thrillipede is like $150. And then Imaginators, obviously, you get stuff like Robo and Wildstorm releasing so late that almost no one even managed to get them, and then Green Chompy Mage being exclusive to Amazon, but they never even said that, and he was exclusive to a 5-pack. So a lot of the figures are pretty expensive. I mean, Imaginators, if you want to complete your collection and you want to buy each one individually, you'll be lucky to complete it for under $1,000. If you get all of them together, you might be able to get it for like 800 or a decent price. But superchargers and before, it isn't that bad. I mean, trap team, some of the light and dark stuff. Like if you want a trap of each element and a trap master of each element, it's pretty dang reasonable. But for the most part, prices are still pretty consistent. I feel like completing your collection nowadays compared to completing your collection in the past for all retail prices, it isn't actually going to be that different, with the exception of Imaginators that has obviously figures going for multiple hundreds of dollars, which is really crazy. Now, as far as the chance of a new Skylanders game goes, I already made a full video covering this, but I really think it's up to Activision whether they want to revive this franchise or not. If they do, I think they would clearly start with a remaster and then from there make another Skylanders 7, or make another Skylanders game. This would be Skylanders 7. And then as far as the platforms it would be on, I'm thinking probably Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, Xbox. It's probably fine. I'm not totally sure, but since Activision owns, or since Microsoft owns Activision, maybe it'd be an Xbox exclusive, which would be really weird, and I know a lot of people would not be happy about that, but I'm not totally sure. Now, as far as where the Skylanders community is, I think it's really the biggest on YouTube. Like the fact that we see a bunch of these big YouTubers with these massive communities, I feel like the YouTube Skylanders community is definitely still there. And sometimes, like even for people who haven't thought about Skylanders in years, will just randomly see a video from Skylander Gamer TV or Curb Crusher or whoever. It just brings them in, brings them back. Like I get these comments all the time saying like, wow, I haven't seen or heard about Skylanders in so long. You just like revived my whole childhood. It's amazing. It's amazing to see stuff like that. And I absolutely love it. And I feel like I'm legit expanding the community every time I see a comment like that. It's really cool. Discord is another place. I have my own Discord server. It's linked in my channel page if you guys want to join. It's pretty cool. Discord, I think, has a lot of pretty cool servers for Skylanders, and it's a nice place to be able to talk about Skylanders with other people, because it's going to be hard for you to really talk to them anywhere else. In Discord, you can pretty much sort and have different channels for talking about different games and stuff, and I really like Discord because it's a pretty even place to talk about, you know, your different opinions on different games and stuff, and everyone's generally pretty nice. Reddit is another site that also works pretty well. I know Rainstorm Riddles posts the most amazing customs on there, and I have a full video looking at those customs if you want to see it, and she still posts them pretty dang consistently, which is really cool to see. And then obviously Reddit, I mean, there's tons of different Skylanders, I don't even know what they're called, like Reddit threads or something, where people post about Skylanders a lot, which is surprising. Like, it's really cool to see there's still a bunch of people who want to post Skylanders. And then on TikTok, you look at someone like Saving Skylands, like he gets tons of views on TikTok. It's actually crazy. I've been requested to make a TikTok before where I just post like clips of streams or something like that, but I don't know. I think I'll stay away from that for now. I really don't have any interest, but TikTok is another place where Skylanders is pretty relevant and does rack in actually a pretty decent amount of views. So Skylanders is pretty prevalent across multiple platforms nowadays, which is pretty impressive. And overall, I think the Skylanders community is still doing pretty well even in 2024. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just what I think. Let me know if you guys think anything different. Please tell me in the comments down below. I'll be interested to see where you guys think Skylanders lands in 2024. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.